Christianity in the black community, it's not the lack of knowledge that is our downfall. It's the lack of comprehension. Like, Christians know the Bible. They're not comprehending what the Bible is saying because they're not applying themselves to seeing it from a different perspective. You have this issue where when you're taught something in a certain ways, for instance, religious texts, you're taught not to question religious texts. You're taught in a way that says if you question the religious text, you question God, which is asinine because God didn't write the Bible. Man wrote the Bible. You get what I'm saying? And in man's attempt to compile these different stories from all over the world, there's a lot of discrepancies in the Bible, and not only a lot of discrepancies, but there's a lot of manipulation in the Bible. For instance, the manipulation when it comes to not speaking with spirits, it's okay for those that are writing the Bible to speak with spirits and those that have been chosen to speak with spirits, but it is frowned upon and considered demonic if you decide to speak with spirits because they're guiding you. They want you to follow their lead. They don't want you to have your own mind. Even when it comes to, like I said, saying that divination is demonic, it's demonic if you do it. But all through the Bible is a book of prophecies. Like, there's 8,000 verses that have to do with prophecies. There's 133 prophets in the fucking Bible. So imagine you telling me that prophesizing is demonic, yet you literally have prophets named within the book. This whole debate when it comes to ancestor veneration, it should never have been a debate. There's no way in hell that anyone of color should have fixed their mouth to call their ancestors who were hanging from trees, being brutally murdered, brutally raped, forced into slavery, and prisoners of war within their own land. There is no way, shape, or form that their descendants should have fixed their fucking mouth to call them demons. And even in the Bible, it states that you honor your ancestors. You create sacred places for your ancestors because their body is sacred, and not burying them is a curse. And then y'all be so lost in the arguments that y'all are not seeing this for what it is. There is a real reason they don't want you venerating your ancestors. There is a reason they don't want you to give reverence to those that have come before you. And I feel like the biggest thing that y'all are not taking from this is that they use this exact tool to oppress your ancestors. And if it was not possible, they would not have included it in this manuscript that they have for themselves to continue oppressing us. Do you not remember what they did to your ancestors? They did unspeakable things to your ancestors in the physical world. And now that those ancestors have crossed over into the spiritual world, they tell you not to communicate with them because they're the demons. We're living amongst the demons. The demons have manipulated you into believing that those that they have crossed and oppressed are demonic. Just because your grandmama died don't mean she became a demon. That's still your grandmama. She's still there watching over you, wanting to help you, wanting to take care of you as she did when she was alive. The difference is she got more power on that side, which is why they don't want you venerating your ancestors. Yet, they have you venerating theirs. They are using your energy, your power to keep their ancestors alive. Y'all didn't pay attention in Sinners when that man said, I need you so that I can feel my ancestors? Because they ain't got no soul. Eventually, y'all gonna put this together. Eventually, hopefully I spark something within you, but eventually y'all gonna put this together. Every time y'all celebrating Columbus Day, President's Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day, even though we did create a Memorial Day, they switched it and they made their own rituals. When you are celebrating these holidays, Easter, Christmas, when you're celebrating all these holidays, Passover, all that, you are venerating their ancestors. Thanksgiving, you are venerating their ancestors. You are giving them your spiritual power that they do not possess, which is why they still enforce these holidays. It's not about money. If you think about it, when it's time for these holidays come around, they put out the decorations months ahead of time. They want to remind you of what they need you to do in order to keep their energy flowing, in order to keep recycling what you're giving them. It's the reason why they keep doing all these outlandish things within the government, because they are going through withdrawals because we're not giving them our energy, and they're going to get worse and worse and worse until they get just a little bit, because all they need is a little bit. You have to stop participating in these European rituals. That's it. Venerate your ancestors. Give honor to your ancestors who have died for you. They are the ones that have died for your sins.